Howdy, my name is Oatmealint, and this will become our Let's Play of EU4 as a Daimyo of Japan. That'll be the last time I try to say that word. From now on, they'll be known as vassals of Japan, and they'll be known by their colors. We'll be playing as Grey, because they have the best leader, and a 4-4-4 is a strong leader, much better than Japan's 1-3-1, and they also have proximity to Orange's gold mine, so we can make an early war on Orange and have a gold mine. And that's quite strong. I've tried several of them. It's exceedingly difficult on AI bonuses and AI difficulty hard to unite Japan. Exceedingly difficult. But if you do, you can even have a stronger Japan than if you started as Japan. You'll have a better leader, you can do it earlier, you can consolidate from the inside like you could in Crusader Kings 2 in the Game of Thrones mod. If you ever played that mod, you could very easily take over the world from the inside, easier than you could from a higher rank. And also, it solves the problem we had in our previous Japan Let's Play of the beginning is very boring. For those of you who might be wondering why I didn't continue that, it's because I had to take a break for a while to buy a house, move in, and in that time the game got patched so much that it was kind of irrelevant. The game state I was in was totally unrealistic, and I didn't have all the difficulties turned on because it was my first Let's Play. So now we're going to play Japan from the hardest position, or from a very hard position, and try to rule or achieve rank 1 as soon as we possibly can with Japan, my favorite nation to play, because you can play relatively peaceful after you manage to unite it. So without any more delay, I'll entitle this Grey, and we'll get started. So a number of things have to go right. So far so good. The starting dispositions that the nations have to each other and to yourself are not completely random, but they do have some effects of randomness. These guys tend to be friendly toward me, sometimes these guys are friendly. Not really sure what that is, and it can very dramatically impact the alliance network and your likelihood of winning. Luckily, if you have no likelihood of winning, you know very early on, because Takeda or Orange will have so many allies, and you will have no allies, and they are your enemy for the early game. You can just kind of be like, oh, well, that's not gonna work. As far as advisors go, I might pick up the Spy Master, because I know that I'm about to fabricate a claim here. And if you fabricate a claim, you see there's like about a 6% chance that you get caught in the process, and if you get caught, that aggressive expansion, as you can see, will just destroy any chance you had of making allies, and it's terrible. But if you don't have the access to a Spy Master, you don't have the access to a Spy Master. Other thing to do is to try to make an alliance with these guys. They're not going to say yes, but if I have my troops built, they will say yes. So I might as well make an alliance over here. Pink never marks brown as a rival. I've never seen that happen. Pink's much more worried about these guys. So, particularly this guy who has one of their cores. Pink will hopefully be our long-term ally, with our long-term enemies being for everyone else. And hopefully Takeda will have a few allies. You can't declare on them outright. You gotta bide your time, wait for them to get into a war, blah blah blah, yeah. But and it's possible that the right move is to just declare on them without a CV. But okay, so here, these guys are now friendly, they're offering us an alliance, we're going to say yes. Japan is offering us a royal marriage. This is up in the air. I don't really know if we want a Japan royal marriage. Definitely going to declare on Japan at some point, so that'll be minus stability, but I say yes because we don't want Japan being angry at us and dowing on us. If Japan dows on you, either with their special CB that they have against powerful daimyos when you hit, I think it's 10 provinces, or for any other reason, it's game over, because none of your allies can come to your aid. So... And Takeda is now allied with Shiba and Yamamara. So what we're hoping to have happen is that Shiba and Yamamara will go to war with each other, Takeda will have to choose, and will not only have to choose, but will be at war with one of them. So that's kind of what we're hoping for. They might not become allies with these guys, who really knows, because these guys are going to think of them as being allied with a rival, hopefully. But if they get any more allies, then you know it's impossible. They need to have basically 2 allies that they have to gonna improve relationship over here that they have to choose between when the 2 allies get in the war. So that's kind of, I mean, there are going to be wars after wars. I do accept this royal marriage. Pink is hopefully my long-term ally, and royal marriages do have some positive benefits. Just happen. Okay, unfortunately, there's no way for me to instigate like these 2 to go to war with each other. But so you'll see in just a second when I fabricate this claim that my allies will be, it will be very unlikely for an ally to join you in an aggressive war. However, they will almost always join you in a defensive war unless you're totally boned. And Shiba is in the unfortunate situation of having no contiguous provinces, for they have to constantly be doing these troop movements. Okay, so these guys have no ally. That is a very dangerous situation to be in. Because even though they're like the strongest, so we got caught. That's bad. Yeah, these guys were friendly. They potentially would have made an alliance with us, but no, they are not because we got caught. And that's why you buy the Spy Master. As for what to do now, improve relations over here seems reasonable. Yeah, they probably don't like us because of the aggressive expansion. And the negative that you see, the -5 relations, is not the only negative. Aggressive actions make them more likely to coalition against you. It's just overall very bad news. So let's just crank up the speed and wait for a war. This is a good event, I guess. Crank the speed, wait for a war. We want it to come sooner rather than later because Orange is just pumping out troops. Already hit. Very many. Okay, so that... longest I've seen without a war. This might just spell a death knell for this strat. Okay, so Shiba declared war on us. Now these guys are allied with Shiba. And our allies came in on the war. So we need to run away. Run away here, I believe. We need to crank up the military expenditures. And we need to unite our troops. Which is to say, we need to go over to our allies, be like, okay guys, give us your troops. We're gonna use all these we're gonna use this increased troop stack. So Orange is in on this war. So what we're gonna try to do is occupy Orange, make a separate piece of total annexation with them, and then take maybe this province from Shiba too. Yeah. So we need to get over here. Oh. Okay, that's a very strong leader, so assuming we can get over there, we might have a shot at this war. And once we get over here, they'll start walking with us. They will. Come on. Walk with me. Okay. So, not so tough. Come on, walk, walk, walk. Okay. So they're walking. That's good. What we're gonna try to do is we're gonna wait for Pig. Okay. Now, is there another war going on? Yeah. So Hosokawa is at war with Yamamara, and Yamamara was allied with Takeda. So maybe Yamamara. So this is a very common war. These two guys go at it for always because this province is a shared province. They both have cores. So where's the pink troops? Right, but the plan here is actually just to take all of our troops and stand them right here. We have 16 on 16, but the moment that we we make the separate peace with these guys, we have a very good general. That was just kind of fortunate. The moment that we make this separate peace with these guys, all of Orange's troops will disappear. So that's really fortunate. And we're running a pretty serious deficit. That's okay. That's just part of the game. Now, you could say, well, we could actually completely annex. It's possible, totally possible, to completely annex Teal. We take Orange and we annex Teal. If we do that, the consequences will be so devastating, it will just be game over. Everyone will get in a coalition against us and we will die within a year. That's just how it will play out. So we must have more siege on our general than them, or they're not blockading that, and this is... Yeah, so I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit, and if I play by myself, so I'm not recording, I play on speed 5, always, with a bunch of pauses. But I have the impression from my wife, who watches some of these videos, that's very disorienting, so... At least on the first Let's Play, she gave me that commentary, that feedback. So as you can see, this is actually going to work out super well for us. Yeah. So as long as we actually take this, I think we have the siege lead, I'm not positive, I think we have the siege lead. As long as we actually take this, then all of the Orange troops will disappear. And then we can just roll over Teal. And I think... the only province we're going to take is this province. This province sucks, but is not going to piss anybody off, really. So maybe nothing. It's even conceivable that we would take nothing from them. This worked out pretty well. Defensive wars are the best, because otherwise your allies are unlikely to join you. Come on, siege. Okay. So we can make separate peace, full annexation, and send it. And you see that immediately all of their troops evaporated. That happens. Feels a little bit broken, but I guess maybe we had their king or whatever, we captured him and we said, your choices are to surrender. They don't feel very safe, for real? They have no allies. We're definitely taking this province at some point. But probably not, yeah, see, they're already joining coalitions against us. So I don't think we're going to be taking Teal's province. I think we're going to be... okay. Yeah, we're definitely not taking Teal's province. Because our allies probably even hated that move. I don't know. They'll probably take an alliance at some point. But we can take gold from Teal. We can weaken Teal. This is our capital, so, and it is blockaded. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now we're doing that, these combats, these just like weird combats, for a couple reasons. They will not be able to build troops for generations. That's how long manpower is going to take them to recover. And yeah, now that we have a gold mine, we're positive income. If there's any advisor that we're really interested in, diplomatic reputation guy's pretty good. Guy who reduces the cost of military maintenance is also pretty good. So what's your peace offer? 15 ducats. How many ducats do you have? You have 21 ducats. They will not transfer trade power, but they're out of troops. We know we're not taking any other provinces because we just cannot afford the aggressive expansion right now. If anyone else joins the coalition against us, our effective coalition, which is to say our alliance network, will fall. So we're going to take this number of ducats, and because taking provinces on the defense, which means to say they're not war goals and you don't necessarily have claims on them, gives you more aggressive expansion than it would otherwise. So date, these guys, they're all in coalition against us. Okay. Well, that just means we have to play the waiting game. These provinces weren't worth a lot of gold. This is capital, so it'll reduce by 2. And we don't have our full alliance network quite yet. This guy being the last piece of our alliance network. Obviously, no one else will even look at us. So, for Japan, as opposed to for some other nations, never keep your troops in the province with revolt risk, because Japan, your sovereign, will always deal with any revolt risk. So this is the lowest it's ever going to cost. We will probably buy at least 1 Diplotech. So that comes out to what? So if it costs like 1,000, no, if it costs like 900 base rate, 5% is divided by 20, so it's like 50. It's basically for 50. Would I pay that much? No. Maybe. Hard to tell. I'm gonna go with, yeah. We're gonna buy it. Because on the off chance that I buy one from both... Right. Of course, Shiba entered that military coalition. So the coalition is pretty big. Just for that one province. Let's look at how big it is. It is 5, 7, 0, 5, 4. Pretty big. We need to build troops right away. We need to build troops right away, so I'm gonna build them as I can. And as soon as we get enough troops, these guys will ally with us, but... Was there a diplomatic reputation guy? He would make an alliance right away. Yeah, there is. Okay, so better is just to buy him. And then we can make the alliance right away. So I'm actually gonna take out a loan to do it, take out 2 loans to do it. Reason is I don't want to miss out on this alliance. You see that just changed the math as far as for them. I now have more diplomatic reputation, so... If I do get declared on, then I'm gonna have 9 plus 5 against 7 plus 4 plus 5. So they're gonna have more troops, so I still have to build more troops. I mean, I have a good general. I don't want to keep my military expenditure high. And I'm probably going to fire that advisor at some point. But the moment this cores, it'll go from making 24 to 48. It'll have no revolt risk, and it'll be a core. Ugh, I hate that kind of BS. But the game is random. Okay. Okay, as you can plainly see, the game is hard. There are no two shakes about this being a difficult game. We have to get these 6 over to our allies again, like we did last time. And we have to do it without getting caught and dying. Okay, good. It looks like we may be able to. They're trying to do the same thing. So. Yamamara joined in on this? Yamamara is... Oh, I see. Okay. Yamamara isn't a threat. So we're 13. We want to be 13 plus 3 plus 4. I don't know. All this time, our morale is improving. So now we're 17. And we're going to be 17 plus 4. And then hopefully we can go pick off some of their stacks and take over Date. Now the reason that taking over Date is such a higher priority than say taking over Shiba, a single province from Shiba, well there's a couple of factors. They have the same tax, they make the same product, they're the same whatever, but Date was always going to be sitting there with 4 troops. That's just like their basal number of troops they're just going to sit there with. Whereas per province, because they are getting extra for this being a capital, per province, that was not going to be the case with Shiba. Also, I'd love Date to be off the board when I take over as Japan. So because of that, it's important for me, at least, to... Okay, so now, are you gonna join me, Purple? Or what? No? Okay, you are joining me, good. No, Purple, no. Bad Purple. Purple doesn't seem to be part of my stack, I don't know. Come on, Purple. Come on. You can do it. Okay, well, I guess we don't get Purple. We have quite a few from other people, so... There's 11. We really need those 4 from Purple to make this for sure thing. Okay, so... dirty, awkward, weird move here. I'm gonna take this province from them, and then... Okay, I said that 333 was average. 343 is don't kill him. He has a strong claim. Alright. Now we could possibly just peace out here. No. No, we cannot. But we will be able to peace when we take this province. So... Question is, do we actually want to take it and risk even more people joining the coalition against us? I'm not sure. The reason I didn't want to assault that is it's got woods, so they'll have the defensive bonus, whereas this not particularly a defensible position, but I do have a very good general, so I think that maybe my 18 versus 16 might win. We're at war with... Wow. Boy, did green just get huge really fast. That means a number of things, but it kind of means that green is gonna be like the island's persona non grata. They just took too many provinces at once. Everyone's gonna be leaving the coalition against me and joining the coalition against them, I hope. So this is gonna fire before mine fires, unfortunately. And that's gonna mean that a peace offer from them. I get 3 prestige for free. Do you have any gold? So they'll concede defeat. This is actually a bigger benefit for me. This is a 10 prestige. I don't care about their... Yeah, this is 10 prestige. So this is bigger for me. I don't care about this one. this is our capital, so I'm gonna go ahead and get bigger taxes there. Because I'm gonna be putting all my multipliers there for a while anyway. Let's just make sure it has a pretty high base tax as it is. No, it doesn't. So I'm probably not gonna be putting my multipliers there. It doesn't have good tax. And manpower is at a premium in Japan. So I'm just gonna get the manpower, because that's not gonna be my capital once I have all of Japan. And it's not gonna even be a place that's even that impressive. I clicked. No. I lost 7 prestige there, basically. Huh? This is really interesting. These guys are brutally aggressive this game. I'm hoping they just back off. Okay, they did. So that means that they moved. Oh, really? Okay, never mind. They changed the way that works to be much more reasonable. Unless I chase them off the province pretty entirely. Okay. Now I'm gonna get this long before they get that other thing. So who else at war with them? Wow, just wow. So Japan itself, if they hit 10 provinces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, might declare on them. And when Japan itself declares on them, I have to declare on Japan. Because if Japan takes them over, then Japan will be so powerful that I'll never be able to beat Japan. I know, weird, right? All sorts of weird. But that's just the way it is. So once I get this province, I'll take it. Okay. It's crazy how many different ways this particular scenario plays out. So this place should be cored, and you'll see that the total production is, sometimes it's a lot higher than that even. I don't know what's going on, but it's still quite a bit higher. Now the question is, do we turn down our spending or not? I really don't know the answer to that question. I want these guys to win this war, but they're ally-less. They're very likely to get completely consumed here. Can I join their war? No. There's no, like, join your war. I would have had to have guaranteed their independence or something. I mean, maybe they'll win. Maybe they have a good general. If they win, that's really good, because... Oh. Great, okay, good. What just happened was Pink has a core in this province. And Pink decided, well, if Green's gonna be a bully, I'm just gonna declare on them. And since I'm an ally with Pink... I guess there's no way for me to offer to join Pink's war. They'd have to call me in? Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna keep military expenses a little high for a while. Because Okay. Pink called me in. So what that means is I can go to war. Now, normally I would avoid war, basically on principle, because it's going to cost me manpower, it's going to cost me... How did I lose that stability? Well, I'm just going to bump up the stability. It'll cost me manpower, they'll be like, nothing good about it, and why would I ever do that? But in this case, I don't want... Okay, so pink is coming over here. Green is already really powerful, so we're just gonna go take out green's troops here. 20 versus 7, yeah, okay, they're dead. And then we're gonna not be involved in this war. We cannot afford the aggressive expansion of taking any of green's stuff. So our best course... 1407. Oh, I was like, what? 1400. That's broken. No, it's 14.07. There is an event that's Gold Rush that if you get off of just this province, then you can kind of declare war on Japan at that point because you have enough money for all of the mercenaries. But without that event, you have to be very frugal with your gold. No, you do not get a royal marriage. No, you don't. So they're in a coalition against these guys. They are the target of the coalition of these two. So that's totally fine with me. My natural enemy is this guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and fabricate a claim here. They have no allies. They have only their fellow coalition members against me. And we may have a truce with them, but I want to be able to declare on them as soon as I don't have a truce. Other natural allies, I guess, would be enemies would be these guys. Despite my being in a war to help them out right now. Bad news bears is when pink takes too many of these provinces from green. Really? They're in a separate war. Oh, this is actually good. Because if brown takes this province, then pink can't take that province. I want brown and pink to be relatively even in power, such that neither of them think that they can afford to not have an alliance with me. Because if pink ever takes too many provinces down in the south, and, oh, this is worth 7 prestige. Or 5 prestige. Just doing this. Yep, 5 prestige. Definitely value. I have taken this quest so many times and never completed it. On any Let's Play, on any game that I've ever played with anybody. So what I was saying is that if pink decides that they're so powerful that you're like their next threat, and they're not interested in being your ally anymore, then like they're your main ally, so if they declare on you, it's just terrifying. So you're in a better position when the power is kind of split up. You want there to be the least number of players, but with the most distributed power amongst the remaining players. And I'm not saying it's easy, but that's why I went into this war, and that's why I was thinking about just dowing on them and taking the civility hit from having no CD, because I needed to get in on that war. But luckily, with the AI playing AI hard intelligence, they play incredibly rationally. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down my military expenditure at this point to about that. And I'm gonna try to Japan is friendly to me. I have never seen that. I guess if I'm playing as what Japan wants to be doing, which is to say, like, stabilizing the map, they're friendly. The reason I'm moving my troops that aren't very well funded over here is I want to take their gold, so let's just make sure that they have gold before I do this. And their name is, I'm sure it's something with an H, Hosokawa or something. And they have 18 gold in their treasury, so yeah. As soon as I get to nine on this, then I can make a peace and take their 18 gold. This is an event that I think has only one decision as the Daimyo. This is a Daimyo only event, and I think that this is the only choice. Getting up to about 500 gold is when you can start to think about declaring on Japan with all the mercenaries. So I don't know which one I got, but I got one. I'm also going to take some of their provinces, so that Pink can't, if that makes any sense. If I take these provinces, Pink can't. Pink can only take this single province, and we'll probably get that in a piece. In fact, I have decided I'm not going to take their whatever small amount of gold. I'm going to have the siege leads in these provinces take these provinces. Pink will have to deal with getting only that one province, and that's fine, because then they'll be similar in power to Brown. And I will have these two provinces, which I will do nothing with. I will just let them keep them as their provinces. That means that I have to not have the leader negotiate for me, which is kind of sad, because they could be giving me gold, but they could really screw me and give me one of these provinces. I know that sounds weird, but if I take one of these provinces, Pink is not my friend anymore. I guess this one I can take. This one I can take, and Pink will still be my friend. But this one is not particularly profitable, and I don't want the anger, the just hate that will come down on me. And how long until my truce is expired with yellow? 3 years. Okay. Just a waiting game at this point. Just trying to, I mean, like, I would be really pretty happy if Pink ate purple. Someone ate purple here, because purple is small, and I'm not going to be in this C zone for a while, so Pink. The way that you stop being allies with someone is when they have a claim on your territory, which is the reason that I can't have Pink have this province, because then they will fabricate a claim on this territory. This is white, or red, or something, which is me. And this is Pink. If Pink gets this, now I should have the siege lead. I see no reason for them to have the siege lead. Now Brown having one of these is going to mean Brown is less likely to be my ally, but Brown is also going to only have 3 provinces, whereas if Pink has this province and this province, then Pink will have 4 provinces. Yeah. Now I have to also occupy this province, before Pink does. So Brown now has the ability to fabricate a claim on one of my provinces, and will eventually do it. There's no doubt in my mind. But Brown is not super strong, so Brown is unlikely to... This is occupied by me. Brown is unlikely to decide to break his alliance with me, and if he does, it will probably be me who breaks it with him. And exactly as I wanted it to play out is how it played out. I didn't really want Brown to get this province, but I was marginal on it. It wasn't that big a deal. What I wanted to have happen is for Pink. I did want Pink to get this province because Pink is my ally, and Pink is going to be stronger. What I want to have happen now is kind of a weird scenario where I want Pink to take over this province from Brown, and this province from Purple, or Purple to take over all of Brown, or Brown to take over all of Purple. Anything to limit the number of troops, the number of nations. So, you know, they're allied with one of my allies, so I'm not dowing on them. Who are you allied with? You're allied with Pink, so that's important. Who are you allied with? You're allied with nobody. Nada. So it's important that I should stop saying that word, but whatever. It'd be nice if I could get some claims on Teal, because Teal has no allies. And they've just left the military coalition against me. Which means that as soon as this is up, which is in still 2 years, I'm gonna go ahead and build another troop, just one more. As soon as that truce is up, the only members of the coalition against me are them and them. And these guys... Oh, they're gonna be pretty strong, it looks like. So I guess the target is now Teal. I'm getting a claim on them. The provinces that I want from Teal are this province, which produces quite a bit of money, and this province, which doesn't, but is out of the way. So I will leave them with their capital, and take these two provinces from them. And then it becomes important to take this province, and I can have 9, I believe, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And those will be the 9 that I can possess before Japan starts to declare on me. Now they won't declare on me if they stay friendly, but I have no clue why they were friendly in the first place. I guess it's because they have other problems. Other people have been more aggressive than me this game. Sure, they've been aggressive and then they've lost, but you still, I could probably hire a military guy. Manpower modifier, good. I'm low on manpower. So. I want to get ahead of Japan because they have that terrible leader. I want to get ahead of Japan in military tech. So, in order to do that, well, I need to have some form of military research. Oh, what I was saying before, I guess I should have finished my thought. If you take over 3 provinces and leave 3 provinces, you still have significantly more aggressive expansion penalty. And that is kind of what happened. They took over 2 provinces from Purple and then lost 2 provinces. So they are back to 4 provinces, but they are still the most hated. And they're about to lose even more provinces, probably go down to their capital. At that point, Green will become the most hated, and it will not be me, because I've only taken 2 provinces. What? I have never seen yellow do anything but die. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. I can live with that. If yellow takes... we shall see. My hope... So, this kind of sucks, but this is something that I said I wanted to have happen. And it's going to cost me 25 prestige. The Nation of Purple, your ally, is requesting that we come to their aid in a defensive war. I am not going to do that. I'm going to say, no, you are about to get wiped off the map, and in order to stop you from getting wiped off the map, I would have to go to war with someone who I like. So what I'm going to do is decline, and they will hate me, but they're going to be gone. And this is good, because pink is probably their rival. I probably have an allied to rival penalty, and I have an allied to rival penalty over here. And I only have 2 allies, which means they're rivals. And these guys are still allied with these guys, so pink can't backstab them right now, because then these guys would get into war with pink, which are shared ally. They share that, so whoever declares war gets screwed. Now, I don't know how or what made Brown think I wasn't going to join that war against them. But I didn't. Now, I could Dow on teal here, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the Dow on teal. I want teal. I want the exact thing that I mentioned before from teal, which is these 2 provinces, and I don't think I'll be able to get that. I don't think I'll be able to get that if they're in this war with yellow. What would be pretty sweet, I don't know if I mentioned it already, as Japan, you desperately want to move your capital to here. Because that means that all of Europe, all of Asia, all of basically those 2 things are now considered on the same continent as you if you move your capitals right here. If you keep your capital here, the line is surprisingly close. And the only way you can move your capital from Kyoto is if you have an enemy nearby. Well, daimyos, unlike conventional vassals, are considered enemies. They are enemies. And so you can move your capital over to the mainland. Isn't that kind of cool? My thought here is that teal is not completely screwed like most people who lose a single combat. Reason being that they didn't lose their troops. These guys didn't properly chase down and kill all the troops. So they still have the ability to mount a combat here. Probably not. 5 versus 6. They could. So I'm just gonna sit and wait. These provinces don't make me a lot of gold, and I'm just gonna take them once I have. I'm gonna be aggressive once I have a little bit more information. No, I'm not gonna go for this prestige mission. The improved legitimacy mission I might take later in life, but currently I'm quite young. My leader, 34. Well, it's not super young, but because I have a strong claim, I would jump up to 100 if I ever, when my leader dies. The only way you can tell exactly okay, so keep track of your missions, folks. I can get 18 gold, or I can get 5 prestige, 7 gold, and a stability by doing this. And, I think the choice is pretty obvious there. I really don't know what the plan is here for teal. They need to unite their forces. They need this guy to walk down. But they have the sea, so this is always going to take longer than a blockaded port. And you can see Pink over here. Pink is like, I really need to be I really need to be concerned with Brown, and that's why they're building so many troops. They probably even have a quest on Brown to build more troops than Pink. I don't know how I check that. No, I don't know where I check that. I've seen it many times before, but I don't know what I check what their quest is. So basically it's saying I can have a swing of 10 legitimacy and 10 prestige for 18 ducats. Screw that, no. Once you get below 50 legitimacy, things start to get a little bit worse, but legitimacy just isn't important. Oh my goodness. Wow. That worked out pretty well for me. Because now I'm gonna declare on these guys and completely annex them. Yeah, I'm gonna completely annex them. I won't be able to make this a core until I get this technology, but I'm pretty close. And I have the reduction. Is there an advisor that would give me even further reduction? No. No. So, before someone else does it, I'm gonna crank up my military. Yeah, that worked out. That worked out startlingly well for me. Because now I can just leave Yellow alone, who's in the coalition against me and is allied with my pink ally, and just take these two provinces and have my 10 be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or my 9 be these 8, and maybe one of these. Maybe this one, and then I won't share a C-zone with Pink. Or more of a C-zone with Brown. I bet Brown has claims on these already. Yeah, it does. Okay. That could be a good place to take a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna break the video here, and I'll be right back. I'll just keep recording, but you can be back whenever you join me.